Hello, I'm Dr. David Peterson del Mar. I was planning to give you a very long and involved and intricate talk on the subject of why history is useful. But it occurred to me that I don't need to do all that work. I've got friends, family, some of them have known me much of their lives, even all of their lives. Certainly, they can speak much more eloquently and fully than I can about how history's been useful since they've been soaking up all this knowledge and wisdom simply by being close to someone with a PhD in history. So, we're going to start things out with my wife. For over 20 years, she's been married to someone with a PhD, and she's a little on the shy side, so she's working with some other member of the family to, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, but she's working with another member of the family to convey something of what being married to an historian has meant to her.
Go get your tail!
So Peter, perhaps more than anyone, you can speak eloquently to the advantages of having an historian as a father.
What?
I said, what are some of the ways that, some of the advantages of having a father who's an historian? Just a few. You don't have to go on and on. I mean, one would be fine. Just one. Is this a bad time, or so many to choose from? It's hard to pick just one, or
Hold on. All right. To be honest, I don't know.
all right. Well, maybe I'll get back to you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I don't think we realized that we did live next door to a historian until you came over and told
Delivered
us.
a book to our door.
Oh,
Written.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
We
See,
found out. Yeah.
oh, there
I
you
forgot
go.
to read that, Dave.
You did. Oh well, but
It's on my list.
yeah. Oh well, that's good
bottom.
to hear. Oh, okay,
on there.
great. Okay, so the 10 years or so we've lived next door to each other. Just out of curiosity, what did you think I did for a living?
We always wondered, Dave.
No.
No.
Sometimes there's some facts and stuff, I guess.
Oh, which ones stand out for you?
I'd have to say there's too many to recall any. They're just
Oh, yeah.
overwhelming joy, you could say, they bring me.
Oh, okay. Too many to count, huh?
Yeah, we'll put it like that, David.
Okay. Yes, the students are.
You make lots of stupid puns, if that's what you mean. You're good with puns.
Oh, okay.
Let's get some knowledge there, maybe.
Okay, so you think the all the historical studies help my sense of humor or my use of puns?
Probably.
Probably. Okay. All
I'd
right.
have to say that'd be the number one benefit of it.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate the
I
time.
didn't know you had time to be a historian if you're driving the kids to school.
Oh well.
Good conversation, thoughtful comments.
Find out that he's a historian adds a little panache to the kind of comments and remarks that he makes and the perspective from which he comes from.
Oh, right. Lots of wisdom, would you say?
Well, I would say that there is a fair amount of wisdom in most of his offhanded remarks. There's usually
It's been good, I guess. He's said some interesting stuff. I haven't really thought about it before, though.
Any examples spring to mind right off the bat?
He talks about current events every now and then, but I guess that's not history, so... and... I don't know. Is that about it? Yeah, I think that's it.
This is Mr. David Porter, the soccer manager of our over 58 soccer team. David, in just a few words, I know you'd like to go on at some length, but what has it meant to you to have a goalkeeper on your team with a PhD in history?
Well, I'll tell you, it was about a year before I figured out that Del actually was a history professor, and it seemed to me that it probably should be very valuable to us because, after all, isn't history about learning from the past? And so I thought, okay, a goalkeeper, if he makes a mistake one week, after a couple weeks, he'll learn from the past. He might even be writing about it, for God's sake. But I don't know, it hasn't worked out quite the way that I expected. So he's a good guy, though. He's a good guy.
And the history degree contributes to that, you're sure?
Well, it keeps him calm. There are some really volatile people on our, on our team.
Okay.
And I think the history degree does sort of calm him down.
I see. So the 20 years of training I've gone through is useful because it keeps me calm.
Yes. Well,
Well then, that did not go exactly as I hoped it might, so I think it falls to me to tell you at least a little bit of why I think history might be useful. First of all, and this is very, very important and something that I overlooked myself for many, many years after I started focusing on historical study, history shows us, those of us living in the modern Western world, that we live highly peculiar sorts of lives. We are incredibly wealthy and comfortable compared to most people in the history of the world. In fact, the great majority of us are incredibly wealthy and comfortable compared to most people alive today.